oh my god, I'm super excited to tell you something. So, if you guys don't know this about me, I'm really interested in a lot of different studies of the brain, and one of those things is dreams and sleepwalking, sleep apnea, sleep paralysis, stuff like that, out-of-body experiences that you can perceive because you have sleep paralysis, and I've always wanted to experience sleep paralysis. And last night I did. Well, actually, during a nap I had today, I did, I think. And I'm gonna explain it to you and tell you the story of it, and you guys have to let me know if you've ever had anything like this happen to you. And a lot of people get really mad, and I'm not trying to, you know, make you feel bad about something that you have happen to you often. I had a friend that had night terrors almost every night, and he would also have sleep paralysis, and he says it's extremely terrifying and it's like really stressful and can ruin a good night's rest and all of that stuff, and it's something that people have to deal with often, but I've always wanted to experience it just to see how it feels and to know what it feels like and to know what it's like, basically, just because I think it's really interesting. So no disrespect to people who have to deal with this all the time, where I'm like sitting here being excited about it. It's like when a rape victim is watched someone saying like, oh my god, I was raped and it was so good. Usually I don't care about that kind of shit because I think it's stupid, but yeah, I'm not trying to take away from any experiences you have. So it's weird because I was taking Unisom, I think it's called, and it's the non-habit forming version of the sleep aid, right? Because I've been having a really hard time sleeping and staying asleep lately, mostly because I'll wake up halfway through the night and then I'll be like, oh my god, what's on my phone? And then I'll check and then I'll be like, oh my god, there's something I have to respond to in my email, or like I'm responding to comments and stuff on my YouTube videos, and it's mostly my fault, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'll just avoid my phone like the plague and I'll only get like 5 hours of sleep and won't be able to fall back asleep, and then the rest of the day I'm kind of tired. So I bought some Unisom yesterday when I was out also buying vodka. They probably think I'm out there trying to kill myself or something because that's what I bought at the store, but I bought vodka for tomorrow night's, well, it's probably far past when you see this video because I'm trying to get 2 weeks ahead in my videos, so I don't know when I'm going to be uploading this, but I was doing and will be doing monthly drunken streams. It's part of my Patreon goals, and I got to one of my goals, so now we're going to be doing fun drunken streams of me playing Dark Souls, retro games, Quiplash with friends, and stuff like that. But anyway, so I got Unisom, I took it, I went to sleep, I woke up 7 hours later, and then Jay and I had some food and we're watching Snow White and the Huntsman, and I had taken my pill before. I'm taking something, I forget what it's called, but it's like it's a Thermogen, and it's also an appetite blocker and has caffeine in it, and what else does it have in it? It's also supposed to improve your mood and do a bunch of things for you, right? So I was taking that, and I took that right after I think the Unisom had kind of ended. I think Unisom's supposed to last like 8 hours, so you get 8 hours of sleep, but I was pushing it a little bit because it was like 7 hours. So I took that and then waited 45 minutes and ate like I'm supposed to, and then I was still tired. And a lot of the times when I have such a sleep deficit, I'm really tired for a long time, and I'm like, should we just go back to sleep? Let's take a nap. And I do that like once every 3 weeks or something, but I just really wanted to take a nap, right? So we went to take a nap, and it was at nighttime, and usually when I am sleeping at night, I'm a little bit afraid of the dark, and sometimes I'll have like this irrational fear of the dark, right, when I haven't slept during the night for a while, because my schedule is so fucked up that I'm like awake during the night and sleeping during the day, so sleeping isn't as scary, you know. And I have this like weird fear of like someone just coming into my house and I'm not awake to be able to protect myself or to be able to run away, and it's like this weird thing that only happens at night, because if I'm sleeping during the day, I'm like, I don't give a fuck, and for some reason I just feel like the night is more dangerous, and it's so fucking retarded. I guess, you know, people do break in more at night because, you know, you have the veil of night to cover what you're doing, and most people are asleep, so no one's gonna see you, but still, it's mostly, for the most part, just ridiculously irrational. I used to, when I was younger, run down the hallways. I know a lot of people say that they used to do this, but they would like run down the hallways afraid of something chasing you when it's nighttime. I still have that irrational fear. So I was having these really terrible, really weird fucking dreams about like something really loud happening in my house, and I had to go check it out because I thought that someone was breaking into my house, you know what I'm saying? So I had an awakening within a dream that was like another layer of dreams. This is like an Elysium, not Elysium, what's the name of the movie about dreams? You guys can post in the comments. I do not remember. The one where there's like layers of dreams. Well, I was having that, right? So I was dreaming that I woke up and went to check the door to make sure the door was locked, and went to check the balcony doors to make sure they're locked, and went back to bed, but that never actually happened. And so I was dreaming that I was having terrifying dreams, waking up, hearing sounds, checking the doors, and then going back to sleep when really it was all just one big dream, right? So one of the last times in the darkest of night, I wake up and I can't fucking move at all. And I'm like hearing at that time, and it's only like 10 seconds, so I'm gonna explain like exacerbatingly long amount of time for like 10 seconds. But so during this 10 seconds, I was hearing the thudding on the door, and I'm like, I'm 100% convinced that someone is trying to break into my house at this point. So I'm trying to yell for Jay, but I can't move. And I'm like this, okay? So I'm laying on my back, and my head's turned like this. And it's like kind of an awkward position, but it's a position that you might get into during the night while you're sleeping. And that's how I was laying like this. And I felt like I had a stroke. Like I couldn't move. Everything was hazy, but I knew I was awake. And I just like couldn't move. And I was using all of my strength. Just like, Tara, just move, just yell for Jay. And I'm like, Jay, like in my head, right? And it's not working. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. And I'm afraid of the impending person breaking into our house, because that's what I'm hearing. But I'm also not in that, like, I don't really realize the terror. It's like in the back of my mind terror. I'm having a really hard time actually explaining this, but I think it's so fucking interesting that I want to explain it to you guys and see if anyone has felt the same thing. So, I'm laying there thinking someone's breaking in, and at the same time I'm also thinking, is this happening to me? Is this like weird, just tired feeling where I can barely move my body or move my body at all? Is this happening because I mixed the two drugs or whatever, or because of some kind of weird reaction I'm having to the Unisom? And that's what I'm thinking in my head, and I just can't move, and I'm like, oh, and it's like you're trying to move every muscle in your body with all the strength you have, but you can't fucking do it. And then finally I slowly, like, I'm like, Tara, just fucking do it. And I'm like, oh, and then I move a little bit, and then things stop being as hazy, but it's like still the same realm. Like I didn't go from sleeping to awake. You know how when you're sleeping, you think that things are really real in your dream, but then you wake up and you're like, okay, that's the difference between the sleeping world and the waking world. There is a difference. I was dreaming. I don't know, like people say that they can't tell when they're dreaming, or they can't tell if something happened and it was a dream, or I used to, I don't anymore, but I used to have these terrifying dreams where it's like, oh fuck, I'm late to school, and then I wake up and I'm not actually late to school, and immediately I know I'm not late to school and it was just a dream. Some people say that they actually have to check their alarms or whatever. I guess they have like deeper sleep than I do, or deeper dreams than I do, but I can always tell the difference. So I knew that the sleep paralysis was me actually being awake, but my brain not fully going back to being able to move, and I'm paralyzed for a second. It was a really cool experience. I was scared, but I wasn't feeling the terror that people say that they experience when they have sleep paralysis. So that's why I'm not 100% sure I experienced it, because a lot of people say that it's like a debilitating fear that it actually scars you. And I don't know if it's just because I lack the emotional depth, which is something that, you know, everyone knows that I've had. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I don't feel emotions the way people do, and I kind of rationalize a lot of things. So maybe that's what my version of a fucking, what's called sleep paralysis, but it was really cool. I didn't have an out-of-body experience. I can't imagine that. Like, just remembering what you look like in the mirror and then hovering above yourself and like looking at yourself. I just think it's all very interesting. So if you've ever had any experiences with night terrors, sleep apnea, anything like that, it's really cool to me. So post in the comments, and I hope this wasn't too boring. I thought it was a really cool experience, and as soon as I was able to move again and realize what was going on, I was like, wow, I really want to talk about this in a vlog. So I did. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I love you guys. Like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you back soon with another video. Bye guys.